shine. It's time to play. Let's have a good time. Morning, morning, gaming community. With crazy you, it's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free. In the world of games, we're just meant to be. Grab us, come lean, I need a scene. Crazy you is ready, it's a game and scene. Plume's training through the word skin. All recent and go, breaks it big top beam. Good morning, come and moving. It's a world of unity. Upbeat and lively, we're feeling so free. Wake up, it's a brand new day. Crazy Lou's here, got something to say. Good morning, gamers, rise and shine. It's time to play, let's have a good time. Morning, morning, gaming community. With crazy you, it's a
Initiating launch sequence.
Let's begin! This feels so good. Ooh, hold on. Yeah. Ooh, yeah. Oh, I'm live? Oh, shit. Good morning, everybody. Also, afternoon and evening, the crazy one wants you to forget what you just saw. What's up, everyone? How is everyone doing today? I hope everyone is having an awesome Wednesday, man. Cool things to talk about today. I mean, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna have a blast. And like I said, forget what you saw earlier. I don't know why I did not hear the intro play, but yes, I was just scratching my back. It's things that happen, things that happen. But either way, though, what's up, everyone? I was everyone's morning going. We got Rooster saying, "Good morning." I'm driving to it. What's up, Rooster? How you doing, bro? Rooster, we gotta schedule you in, man. We gotta get you in here. You talked to me once. You want to be one day in the show? We gotta schedule you for a Wednesday at 7 p.m., man. You gotta have a good conversation, me and you. Decado! What's up, my brother Decado? The man who has played Alien Fire Team with me and had a blast. What's up, Decado? How you doing? He asked me if we're gonna play FPC Firebreak next week. Yes, sir. We're gonna play it. I'm down for it. I'm down for it. BP Money, Ian, what's up? How you guys are doing, man? I hope you guys are having a good day. Dron, TJ, what's up, Dron? Hello, Mr. TJ. What's up, man? What's up? Oh, man. Lots to talk about. I mean, there's something that's going to happen out there, and this is going to be ammos for the ponies. I'm telling you, Chad, this is going to be ammo for the ponies. I know that for a fact because, hell, I read through the article and I have my 2 cents about it. I read it this morning, I read it last night. And like I said, I have my 2 cents about that article. We're going to go through it. And trust me, we're going to see this all over the place this week. Because after a heck of a showcase they had, now they're going to use this week because, hey, it's just they got nothing else to do. And after that, we're going to talk about some Bend Studios information on the layoffs. Damn it. And last but not least, we're going to talk about the Phil Spencer interview. So, chat, which one am I going to start? You want me to start with Ben or you want me to start with what I saw out there in internet? And on Twitter, because like I said, they're going to use this as ammo. I'm telling you, they're going to use this as ammo. But either way, though, let's start the show. All right, let's start with the Ben Studio layoffs, guys. Look, let's start with that one. Let me bring that up, put it on the screen because, we got to talk about it. It's, I really hate when I see news like this because at the end of the day, though, I do not want no one to lose their work, no one to lose their job. I really do not want that. I really dislike that. Why do I dislike that? Hey, yo, Respawn Rogue, how you doing, man? Good morning. I see you. I see you right here in Twitch, man. Good morning to you, sir. Now I fixed it so I can see everyone, on Twitch, on YouTube. I had this thing done. So everything you guys type, I will see it. Yes, sir. I just fixed that. All right. Man, good morning. How are you? How are you? All right. So let me get this news out of here so we can start talking about it because shit. All right. Let me bring it up. Sorry, chat. Hold on a second. Hold on. Like I was saying though, I don't want nobody losing their job. I don't want no studio to shut down. It's never a good thing, especially a good studio like Bend Studios. Those are the guys who made right. Days Gone. They did a really amazing job with Days Gone, and shit, it sucks that 30% of their staff just got laid off, which is terrible for them. Because at the end of the day, like I said, these guys really do a good job in making these games, and it's terrible that they went out there and lose their job. Ah, no, one PlayStation fan. Good late evening from Sydney, yesterday. Even though I'm a huge PlayStation fan, I have to give credit. Just bought an Xbox Series X yesterday, and Game Pass has also been playing Doom the Dark Ages. Man, happy to hear that news, man. Happy to hear that news. Enjoy your Xbox, man. Have fun. Look, everyone is welcome here. I don't care if you're from PlayStation. I don't care if you're from Nintendo. If you're from you can be from Atari, you can be from Echo, whatever. Whichever console there is out there, as long as you're playing video games and you act nice and everything, welcome to the show, man. Always happy to see, people hopping in and giving me such fantastic news like that. But like always, the best news is you guys are playing games. So, all right, bringing it back in. Like I was saying, you see Sony Bend Studio confirms layoff rumors to be much as 30% of its staff. So, guys, look, I keep saying this all the time when you see layoffs, yo, if you see those people out there looking for a job, help them out. I mean, if you see something you can pitch it forward it to them so they can see if they can apply to that job so they can get back into making the games we love. So help them out, guys. Help them out. It doesn't matter from what company they come from. It doesn't matter from which side they are on. I don't care. At the end of the day, these are human beings, and there's nothing ever wrong to help out another person if they are in trouble. So yeah, layoffs already happened when the live service game was canceled last January, which sucked too. Word first spread from Jason Schreier, who shared this claim on Blue Sky. Sony's Bend Studio, which canceled the live service game earlier this year, is laying off 30% of its staff today, around 40 people. Bloomberg News has learned the studio has been spinning up a new project following the cancellation. Sony officially announced they were canceling both Penn Studios and Blue Point Games live service games, which sucks, at the start of this year. While Ben Studios reassures fans that they were not going away, we did confirm that there were layoffs in the studio a few days later. Damn. The confirmation came from former Bend employees at the end of January. Today, Bend Studio shared the statement concerning today's announcing layoffs. Today, we said goodbye to some incredible talent teammates as we transition to our next project. We're deeply thankful for their contributions as they shape who we are, and their impact will always be part of our story. This is a difficult moment for our team, but we hold immense respect for everyone who got us here. As we move forward, we remain committed. Bobby! What's up, Bobby? Committed to building the future of Ben Studios with creative passion and innovation in the titles we craft. While the latest Ben Studio game that comes to mind is Days Gone, Ben's creative and commercial peaks was undisputedly the Cypher Filter franchise. Damn. Yeah, the Cypher Filter franchise? Oh, Lord. Damn, not been a Cypher Filter. Oh, shit. As they made the first game for the PlayStation in 1999, now if the live service game was Simon Filter, I'm gonna be what the hell. And went on to produce 7 titles overall through the 2000s. There were also positions to be dedicated portable developer for the PlayStation Portable and PlayStation Vita. It may be easy to forget this, but PlayStation layoffs, which they announced would commence in February 2024, have kept going at a rapid pace. This year, we reported an unannounced layoffs in PlayStation divisions outside of the game studios, and then layoffs in one such studio, PlayStation Visual Arts. Shit. Chat, sorry, I'm reading a little bit. I will catch you guys in just 1 second. Give me a second. Bro, do a different content like game live stream. I'll do that, Danny Ruben. I got this. I'm starting to do that. I'm starting to set up for that. You just gotta give me a while. I'm starting to set up for that. I'm trying to check my schedules for me to do it. But I'm working on that. No worries, man. I'm working on it. I'm working on that. I know what you mean. I'm working on that. Remember, we got the Barbie game to play. So yeah, we gotta play the Barbie game. No worries. I'm working on that, bro. I'm working on it. I'm really working on that. So like I was saying though, right? Uh, where was I? Let's see. Commence or layoffs of PlayStation Studios. While some gamers will be eager to connect this to Sony's flattering live service push, but we need to view an even larger picture. It can no longer be disputed that PlayStation has an internal crisis, even if they're not talking about it in public. Chat, I've talked about this several times. Right here. Let me zoom into that. Let me zoom into that. While some gamers will while some gamers will be eager to connect to Sony's flattering live service push, but we need to see even the bigger picture. It can no longer be disputed that PlayStation has an internal crisis, even if they're not talking about it in public. Like everybody's having an internal crisis right now. It's insane. The ongoing see what I mean? The ongoing series of layoffs seems to similar to what Embracer Group through over the past 2 years. Sony has worked harder to keep their projects on the wraps, but they seem to be going through a similar process of reevaluating each studio and project for their potential viability and slashing down studios and projects accordingly. Many of the studios they closed last year, such as an historical significant PlayStation London Studios, were not announced to have any live service games in development. Sony seems to be moving to a similar position to Fellowship FKA Embracer, where they will become a considerably smaller publisher than they were just 3 years ago. As we've seen with the Sony games, Sony having one of the highest video game consoles, one of the highest selling video game consoles. Sorry about that. Which Nintendo's number one, but okay. And being one of the biggest platformers for games isn't enough to protect to save their position as a publisher. We wish the best for the developers leaving Sony Bend Studio and hope they can find placement in the video game industry. Chat, it's like how I said. If you guys see these guys looking for a job, let's help them out. Seriously, help them out. Take the time, pitch them an idea so they can get a job. Like I say, it's always good to help out people. I mean, dude, some people might celebrate this, but at the end, though, it's layoffs, and hell, we got to help all these people. We do. We do. All right, so, chat, I hope you guys are ready for this because we're now going to the spicy news right now. Because, man, like I said, this is ammunition that I know they're going to use this for ammo. And I just sat there, read this, and I was like, oh my God, dude, come on. I mean, come on. Come on. So let's see what you guys have to say before I head to that news. All right. So let's see what the chat's saying. I like to read what the chat's saying. Let's see now. I just love gaming. I grew up on PlayStation. Xbox Series X is the first gaming console I ever purchased outside of the PlayStation. I'll get the handout Xbox too. Nice, man. Have fun. PlayStation. Like I said, PlayStation One. I mean, number one PlayStation fan. Have fun, bro. Sin, what's up, bro? How you doing this morning? Danny Rubin says, bro, do a different content like game, live stream. See your channel is not growing to get more subscribers. Do engaging content and only that only more people will see your stream. Hey, bro. Like I said, I'm working on it. I'm working on something, to start off. Because, we got the Barbie game to play, and I promise you guys I'm playing the Barbie game. I have already installed it, so we're good to go. I already installed it. We have to give it a go. And also, I had to get what's this thing called? Chat, what is this thing called? Help me out with this. The thing they use for streaming. Yeah. Yeah. I forgot the name. If you guys can help me out, then I can remember. Let's see now. All right. I have the game, or like I said, I have the game installed to play it. So normal PlayStation flag, you have to try the Xbox. I think you would like it a lot. Soon, I think it might become your main system with games getting more expensive. Yep. Gaming is gaming regardless where you play, as long as you enjoy it wherever the have comes from. Exactly. Sony showed us another live service studio, and water is wet. Call me crazy, but those Ben layoffs might end up being a blessing in disguise. Some studios returning to being lean may force them to get more efficient, creative ways. hmm Louis, I agree. So far, Xbox Series X has been fun. It's a powerful console. You can save a lot of money on Game Pass, which is amazing. I gave Xbox a chance. Good stuff. Good stuff. Louis was watching you sleep last night. Wait, what? You were watching me sleep last night, Wacko? Aw, damn. What was I doing last night, Wacko? How were you watching me, bro? Hmm. I mean, Wacko, if you were watching me sleep, man, that must have been an ugly view, man. Because I sleep butt naked. That's not a good view to enjoy. So, like I was saying, chat, here comes the spicy news. Here we go. Let me deliver this spicy news because I saw this and I was like, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this because, man, he's going to get a lot of traction for this. And now people are going to look at his game. Why are they going to look at his game? Because of what he said, of course. Because, look, negative news brings up positive stuff, right? Oh Lord, we're always in that area. So let me go grab it. Let me go share it. You guys ready for this? Where is it? Where are you? Can't find you. Oh, I just lost it. Yep, I just lost it. All right, found it. Never mind. Here we go. Give me 1 second, chat. You know, I'm practicing, practicing. I'm doing as quick as I can. I'm practicing. Close this window. Let me add this window over here. Do 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 do. Shit. All right, got it. All right. So, chat, like I was saying, this is the news I wanted y'all to see. Yep, this is the news I wanted for you all to see. This is such an amazing news right here. Because at the end of the day, right, this is going to be used as ammunition for these guys to go out there and troll on Twitter. Yes, sir. La Fala, I know you were gonna say that. You sleep naked. Of course, I sleep naked. What's wrong with sleeping naked? I sleep naked. And if he was watching me sleep, I wasn't gonna be a pretty feeling. So, to me, I think the future will be gaming streaming from consoles, which I like the direction the gaming industry is going. I'm tired of collecting discs. I have no more space. Digital games is a life save. Yep, 100%. There you go, bro. Have fun. Have fun. So, let's talk about this thing. Because at the end of the day, it's going to be a good combo. Combo, combo, combo. So, let's see if I got it right. So, do. Here we go. Developer. Let's begin with the title. Devil launch game into Game Pass warns against launching games into Game Pass. Revenge of the Savage Planet. Alex Hutchinson warns against how subscription services can devalue content. All right. Now we got devaluing content right here. Yes. Oh, Lord. Developer Raccoon Logic worked on Microsoft's to bring Revenge of the Savage Planet to the Xbox Game Pass as a day one launch title. But studio head Alex Hutchinson said new games launching into Game Pass can devalue them and hurt the industry overall. Okay. I mean, dude, okay. Now, every time I see this stuff, I'm like, okay, first off, you put part one into Game Pass. That was in 2020. Part one came into Game Pass, you put it there. And if you re-put the game in there again, that means it probably was good, right, chat? I mean, it was probably a good thing, right? I mean, if you're putting it back there, it was a good thing. So let's keep reading. Speaking to Gamer Social Club, I just said the most of the traffic so far for Revenge of the for Journey of the Savage Planet has been from Game Pass, while game sales have been good. The game is also available on PS5 and PS4. As for bringing the game to Game Pass at launch, Hutchinson said working with Microsoft and presumably taking payment from the company was part of Raccoon's logic balancing effort to trying to reach as many people as possible and making money. The financial terms of Game Pass deals are not made public, but it's understood that Microsoft pays developers to bring their games to Game Pass at launch as part of the Xbox company ambition to scale the service and attach new users. Fantastic, right? Hutchinson said the whole industry should agree to only allow games on a subscription services a year after release. Wow. He said the video game industry should embrace the traditional movie model where a film debuts in theaters, exclusivity then comes to DVD, TV, or streaming service. Now, here comes the question, Hutchison. You ready? Because, like I said, we're going to have a little bit of a discussion here with this article. Just a little bit. Hutchison, because I know where you're going to go with this. Because, like I said, I already read the article, right? I already read the article. I know where you're going to go with this. But what works nowadays? Because, I mean, look what you're saying. Now, what happened yesterday when you came out and said this? What happened yesterday? We have layoffs from Bend Studios. What happened 2 weeks ago? EA shuts down studio. And again, over the weekend, they shut down another studio. So, what works? Does the traditional method work? Or is this method working, can help you work through it? Because for what it seems, right? Because look, chat, like I said, I'm going to sit here and dissect this article. And it's just interesting what he says. And let's see if you guys see what I saw after I was done with this article. All right. So the current structure will prove very damaging to anyone who is not owned by the publisher soon if it continues. Mm. Hutchison said, posting on social media, Hutchison said Nintendo stands alone with respect to retaining the value of games. Everyone except Nintendo is also in a race to value content at zero, which will end in tears, he said. Hutchison is saying this is as a person who took the deal from Microsoft to launch Revenge of the Savage Planet into Game Pass on day one. So what gives? He said the studio's hope was with making a deal with Microsoft was to help Revenge of the Savage Planet get exposure that would in turn encourage people to buy a DLC pack on encourage a friend to buy the game. That's not what happened though. Okay, so you guys need to market better your game probably. Spend up a little bit more money on your marketing. But all right, let's keep going. We haven't seen that, or at least not yet. What we've seen is that content has been devalued and the people are less willing to pay for things, which in the long run will likely mean less games being made and a lot more studios going under, he said. Now, here's another thing though. If you're releasing your game between two big ass titles, because literally you released that game basically in between big titles that came out this year. You released it during Ninja Gaiden, you released it during Avowed, Assassin's Creed Shadows, which Assassin's Creed Shadows was all over the place. And last but not least, the Dark Ages. I mean, what do you expect? I mean, you gotta work on it. But don't worry, Ian. I'm getting there, Ian. You're gonna like this. You're gonna like this. You're gonna like this. You're gonna like this. As for, you ready for this? This is the part I want you guys to see. As for Game Pass payments from Microsoft, Hutchison said, watch his words. It was true that the checks were big enough to make a difference, but this was years ago. Chat, let's see if you guys thought the same way I did after I read that. I'll read it again. As for Game Pass payments from Microsoft, Hutchison said it was true that the checks were right? Let me highlight this again. Big enough to make a difference, but that was years ago. These days, unless your game is tiny or you're a rare and enormous brand, it isn't much. But Microsoft have been amazing partners, and we're so glad to be working with them, he said. I mean, chat, yo, you guys are not seeing what I'm seeing? Because I'm not seeing y'all typing. Start typing. Let's see if you guys see what I'm seeing right here. Game Pass is a paradigm shift for gaming, and its motto that no other major competitor has embraced. For its part, Sony has said it will not launch its new games into PlayStation Plus on day one because it can erode and negatively impact its overall value chain and ecosystem. Nintendo doesn't have a similar program either and is historically known for holding prices, and the case of Mario Kart increasing prices. Hutchison directed Assassin's Creed 3 and Far Cry 4, while at Ubisoft before leaving to start Typhoon Studios, which is released to Journey to the Savage Planet in 2020. Google acquired Typhoon for its failed Stadia game ambitions before closing the studio and scuttling Stadia. Hutchison that then founded Raccoon Lodge in 2021, releasing Revenge of the Savage Planet in May 2025. Revenge of the Savage Planet 2 because there's part 2. There was part 1, now there's part 2. But chat, if you guys are not seeing what I'm seeing, because hell, I know what I just saw right there, because it's kind of funny though, right? I mean, look, first off, it's like what Ian said. More Sony mouthpiece trying to discourage Game Pass, only opponents will take they say seriously. Oh, Dolonite, what's up? Good morning. So Dolonite, I was reading to the chat what this man said, right? Dev who launched game into Game Pass warns against launching games into Game Pass. But he was talking about that basically that that the game did not get enough traffic, that people didn't play it, that people didn't enjoy. I'm like, dude, you got to do more marketing because I'll be honest with you, after Journey to the Savage Planet came out, I haven't seen anything more about it. Nothing. Jacob Nova, what's up? Good morning. We're heading into Phil Spencer. We're talking about this right now. Dev who launches the game, which is kind of funny. You know what's so funny? Guess who was the one who recommended me to try this game out? Because he played it on Game Pass. Right there, that man, Jacob Novak. Right there. Jacob, look what this man's saying. Dev who launched game into Game Pass warns against launching games into Game Pass. Yet he launches part 2, and now he warns not about launching games into Game Pass. But you launched part 2 and part 1. And part 2 is recently launched. I mean, dude, I'm trying to understand what the hell is going on, right? But, he basically wanted that for Game Pass, and the game is going to get more traction. It's going to get more people, to jump into the game. But where it gets interesting, where it spins, right? And not only that, he wants games to be in the traditional method. But right then and there, I was asking Hutchison right there, saying, Hutchison, but what does work? Because, I mean, look what happened yesterday while you were doing this interview. Bend Studios lays off employees. So does the traditional method work? EA shut down 2 studios. So does the traditional method work? I mean, hell. So, at the end of the day, though, right? This is where it gets interesting. Check this out, Jacob and Dolonite. Look what he says here. As for Game Pass payments from Microsoft, Hutchison said it was true that the checks were big enough to make a difference, but that was years ago. And we continue our reading to say, these days, unless your game is tiny or you're a rare, enormous brand, it isn't much. But Microsoft have been amazing partners and we're so glad to be working with them, he said. Chat, this man is asking for more money. So when he drops his next game into Game Pass, that's all he's doing. This is basically an article reminding how dangerous it is and everything because, he found the money that they gave him years ago was big. He was like, oh, shit, this is a lot of money. Yeah, let's bring it in. And now since he can make the game bigger, he's like, no, it just didn't work for me. That is all. I mean, dude, come on, bro. Come on. I mean, let's be honest. Louis, wait, the Revenge of the Savage Planet, the second game, so why he say that now? Did the first game during the Savage Planet do well in Game Pass? Huh? I'm confused. The thing is, though, Jacob, right? Remember he was part of Google and everything, and back when he delivered Journey to the Savage Planet, probably that paycheck that Microsoft gave him was big because, look, it's like how I said in the article. It's like how I said in the article right here. Because he literally just spoils it out. Exactly. Look what Dolonite said. He said he needs to negotiate with Microsoft instead of going to social media. But the thing is, though, Dolonite, what's going to happen? This is going to be ammunition for the Sony fanboys to pick this up, go out there and troll, go out there and speak, go out there and say stuff. But yeah, it's crazy, huh? It's crazy. Seems like he's mad about the contract agreement he signed. No, what he's not happy about was that Look, I'll read it again. As for Game Pass payments for Microsoft, Hutchison said it was true that the checks were big enough to make a difference, but that was years ago. These days, unless your game is tiny or you're a rare, enormous brand, it isn't much. But Microsoft have been amazing partners, and we're glad to be working with them, he said. Now, if he's not happy with what the check they gave him, then he has to, like Dolan said, go out there and talk to Microsoft face to face and say, hey, look, yo, I'm not liking this check. Let's see if we can probably get some more in it. Hutchins has probably said that $3 trillion Microsoft didn't give him. Dude, there's nothing wrong with asking more money. There's nothing wrong with sitting down and negotiate. I mean, Dolo and I would agree with me with that. I mean, don't take first comes first serves, because that's the thing though. When people go ahead and take first comes first serves, you're like, oh, okay, I took it, that's it. But that's not the point though. The point is you negotiate with them and say, hey, look, Microsoft, I know the last time you gave me this much, this game was this big. Now this game is actually a little bit bigger. Yep, look at what Games. It's funny how this article comes out soon as Game Pass logo dominates the Xbox showcase. Is pure jealousy. It's not that. The point about him coming out and saying this, right? Like the point is to coming out and saying this is probably because he wants people to come buy his game, because this is gonna get traction. Because what happened to Journey to the Savage Planet 2? Like I said, it released in May. In May, you have from the beginning of this year to this year, you have. Let's keep on going. Let's start with the list. Ninja Gaiden 4, Avowed, Assassin's Creed Shadows, which took over the internet. I mean, we saw Assassin's Creed Shadows grab the internet by storm, with people talking negative about it, people talking positive about it, but it was a balance thing. So what's up, Sanchez Martinez Gaming? Good morning. How you doing, man? Here having a good conversation with the chat. So, like I was saying, though, he released the game basically with all these big titles flying around. Oblivion and Shadow Drop. Oh, my God. I mean, I can just continue on with all these big games that drop by. I mean, dude, I'm not saying that Journey to the Cyrus Planet is bad, because Jacob Nova recommended me that game. He said, Lou, you got to play, you got to play, you got to play. I got to give it a go. I got to try it out. But in the end, though, dude, why are you out here talking about this when you just seriously need to sit down and talk to Microsoft directly? Or you probably negotiated with them and did not like the deal. And if you did not like the deal, dude, you made a deal. Just be quiet. But no, you got to get the traction, right? You got to get the traction for the ponies who got this ammo. You got to get the traction, for people to go out there in media and explode and say and this and that. Another thing, dude, let me give you a little tip. Not a big tip, a little tip. Because I'm not giving you the big tip. Simple and easy. I'm going to zoom in for this one, chat. Hold on. Let me put myself on big screen. And I'm going to zoom in my head for this one. Because I got to zoom in for this one. Simple and easy. You want your game to sell? There's something called marketing. Simple and easy. There's marketing. Market the hell out of that game. Go out there, talk about it. Get your teams to talk about it. I mean, hell, let me tell you guys something. One thing I enjoy about Euphonic is that they engage with the fans. They talk to the fans. How do I know this? Because I engage with them almost every day when they go out there and post on Twitter. They post their Killer Clowns game. I go in there and say, hey, and say something funny, and they respond back. And we always go back and forth and joke. In Exile jokes with me too. I have had that happen. Because when In Exile had the guy with the RoboCop hat on, I took a picture, wearing some metal thing and some glasses, and had a what's it called, a silicone gun, whatever it was, and they literally liked it. So I've had interaction with devs. So why don't you do the same thing? Interact with the fans, talk a little bit more about your game, get it out there. Euphonic every single. I don't know if it's every single day, but every weekend they're like, oh, it's Soul XP weekend. Oh, we have this. Oh, we have that. I mean, they are on top of talking about their game. You got to do the same thing. It's not like, oh, I released it. Let Game Pass take care of it. Huh? Hmm. Louis, did he choose upfront payment or paycheck every time your game gets installed? I don't know what deal he has. I don't know what deal he has, but hell, that is another one. Donut says if your game is good, people will talk about it like Balacho and Brotato. But here's what's funny, Dolona, and you've seen this after Balacho's release. How many times have we seen Balacho out there? They showed us Balacho plenty of times. Plenty of times. You saw new cards coming in, stuff happening. I mean, they promote the hell out of that game. I think I saw Balacho 3 times after it released. When it went into Game Pass, we saw the cards in there. Then in the Game Awards, we saw it again. I mean, hell, it's been promoted. Jesse James, ponies can't use Final Fantasy against us anymore. And though, and you know what? And let me tell you something. You want to know what's another funny thing? Well, you all want to see a dead body? I'm gonna say this. All the mainline Final Fantasy games are on Xbox and only on Xbox. All the mainline Final Fantasy games are now on Xbox. Yes, sir, I did. I talked about it this morning. Bright and early. That was the first news. I went in there, Sanchez, and talked about it. And of course, like I always say, when I see layoffs or studio shutdowns, I always tell everyone, it doesn't matter from where it comes from. If you guys see these guys out there, looking for something, you see a job listing or anything, push it to them to see if they can get that job so they can continue making these great games we love and enjoy. Yeah. And then after that, we move up to this man's, conversation, which I had to bring it up because I was like, oh, Lord. I'm not even going to use this as a title because it's too ridiculous. Because, I mean, it would have been a perfect clickbait to probably get, 40, 50 people in the chat to see what Hutchison had to say, right? Probably that, but I just wasn't going to use that. Why the hell was I going to use that? The usual pony narratives, of course. But here's the thing, though. All right, Jesse James, quick tip. Don't be wasting your time on those narratives because they've been wrong for the last 5 years. They've been wrong for the last 5 years. Remember what they say? PlayStation's never going to do day and date. What did I tell the chat? We're on the never say never era. Never say never era. You are in the never say never era. What do I mean by never say never era? Because hell, the business is changing in such a fast pace right in front of our eyes that I was like, what? Louis, people still hopes that Ben's new game they work on are in Days Gone 2, laugh out loud. Nah. Remember the guy got fired for that? I think he left Sony or he got laid off or something like that. I don't remember what happened to him, but he's out there pissed off because nobody made Days Gone 2. And he was blaming the fans that they did not pay full 60 for the damn game. But dude, let me tell you something. It was not the fans' fault. Y'all delivered a good game. I'm not saying it's a bad game because it had a good story, but y'all delivered a goddamn buggy game. Fuck no. People did not pay 60 for that shit for a buggy game. I mean, what do you expect? I'm sure you guys fixed it down the road, but in the end, though, when you guys fixed it, it was like, what, 2 years later? People are going to look for it for 30, not 60. Donkeys should just be quiet and play the games Xbox gave to them. Yeah, 100%. You know what? But the night, they will never be quiet. They got to come in here. They got to go into Xbox shows, come in with the slander, all mad, all negative talks, because that's what they got to do. Bring in the negative. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. So, let's move on up, guys. Let's move it on up to the side. Damn, that was a big ass horn. So, chat. Phil Spencer interview. The topic y'all wanted to hear. So basically, guys, that interview, it's on the description down below for you guys to watch it later. Because right now, you're sitting chilling with me. It's a 25-minute interview. It's a fun 25-minute interview. He talks about basically about everything that the studios were working on and how proud he is with what the studios have done. Like for Obsidian, right? Obsidian has done an amazing job this year. I mean, dude, 3 games this year, that's fucking amazing. I mean, that studio has been pumping out content like insane. I mean, dude, Avowed beginning of this year. Now, Outer Worlds 2, and all of a sudden we hear Grounded 2 being announced, even though it's a preview game, L. And everything they have added to the game to make it better and all that stuff, man, that is fantastic. If it was Xbox with 30% layoffs, it will be all over the news, amplified by IGN. Yep. I mean, but this is all over the news, though. I mean, it's interesting, Sanchez. It's been all over the news. I mean, I've seen a couple articles running about it. It's all over the news. Because at the end of the day, though, now they're trying to. Now, what I read from Game Ranks is, right? Prime example, they were saying that, hold on. They were just literally saying, hey, man, this is just like, what's it called? Like Embracer. Something's going on with Embracer. We got to focus on this, see what happens. But yeah, right? PS didn't prep enough to cancel every gas game. Yep, that is true. If Ponies gets they wish, every PS game is canned. Good, no more gas. But it's really because does PS have and works with gas or single player? Now, here's the thing about that though. Right, Jacob? Oh, that I mean, they could hire them and work on State of Decay. Yep, they could work on State of Decay. That's a good one too. Good thing, Google Poll. That's an amazing. That's a good idea though. So the thing is though, Jacob, remember right now it's like how they were saying they're actually working like Embracer. This article was saying about it that they're working like Embracer, going through every studio, see if this game is going to be good or bad. Because right now they're looking at every reaction out there and they are scared. They are scared if they put this game out, it's going to be a lot of money. Let's see what happens. So should we shut it down, save our money, and work on another thing? So they're literally working like Embracer. And now the media is talking that they might have an internal crisis that they're not talking about in public, which we've been talking about for months. Ever since that man sat there, he drew PlayStation into a crazy phase. I mean, everybody's going nuts in there. I mean, Shuhei left. Look, what's her name? Connie, was it Connie Booth? Did I get her name right? She literally got kicked out of there. Sean Layden kicked out of there. Shuhei was the only one that left in probably good terms. Jim Ryan retired. Not only retired, he took out his stock because after he took out his stock, Sony immediately. Oh shit. But yeah, bring it back into the interview, right? Let's see what Jacob said. PS just can't every gas game they work on, and then everything bad goes away. If you can gas, you have nothing left. PS didn't prep enough to cancel every gas game. All right. So the thing was, right, that they grab all these single player studios to work on gas game instead of like grabbing a small team and do just a couple of gas games. These guys went nuts and decided to work 13 or 12, like Jim Ryan said. I was like, dude, this is not a good move. I mean, you got to, in order to deliver these 12 live service games, in order to have these live service games work all the time, you got to have teams working on that. You got to have something big in there to keep on delivering content, to keep on, putting stuff out there and everything. If you don't have that, you ain't got shit. That's why they went out there and purchased Bungie. But after they purchased Bungie, oh, hell broke loose. And now we're getting more cancel games than ever. And that Bungie purchase was all a big headache for Sony. That's why Microsoft said, wait up a minute. I ain't buying these guys. Woo, man. They dodged a bullet right there, even though, Phil loves Destiny. But it's like, nope, it's not going to be good for us. So, yeah, bringing it back to the interview, like I was saying, with the Phil talking about a scene, kicking butt. Jacob Noah says, Louis, I mean that if PS canned every gas game they have in the works like Ponies, one wasn't, the PS doesn't have any first party, and if they have few, so what? What can they release relatively fast if all gas? I mean, dude, right now Sony, what they're doing is, like I said, they're going through every studio, checking if the game is good or not. And if it's not good, they're kicking it out of the curve and trying to get the studios to work on something to deliver. They're literally like working like Embracer is right now. Bungie feasts Sony. Yep. Yep, Bungie was the worst buy out there. I remember when people were saying, "Yeah, that's the best buy," because Jim Ryan said, "Like, okay, let's see how that goes." So bringing it back into the Phil Spencer interview, like I was talking about, right? So the Phil Spencer interview, like I said, he was talking about these games, right? He was talking about how Obsidian, um, pretty much pushed these three games. They were talking about Clockwork Revolution. Oh my god! I mean, seriously, Clockwork Revolution is something that's fantastic. I mean, you guys saw that these guys worked on Wasteland, right? And they had a goal with this. And one of the goals they had as to create this game was that they were a small studio and they had this idea for years in order to deliver Clockwork Revolution. They were really happy that now, with a company like Microsoft backing them, they can actually deliver the game they wanted to do. And man, let me tell you all something. That Clockwork Revolution did not disappoint. I am more like, look, guys, I'm always hyped, to play video games, but this game has me hyped because it looks so creative. It looks like there's probably gonna have like a ton of stories in there you can play. Have fun, kind of like Starfield. Not only that, yo, those graphics, the detail. I like how the bad guys are, all robots and everything. Man, it looks fucking awesome. I mean, wow, it's amazing. It's amazing, man. It's amazing. And having a game like that, I mean, you got to put a lot of work and a lot of detail to it. Yep, Clockwork was the highlight of the show for sure. Yeah, Clockwork Revolution seriously was the highlight for the show. I mean, wow. I was really with my mouth open with that game. Cuz look, here's the thing though, right? It's for if when I look at video games, right? And especially on the graphics side, I know that there's some stuff there that has to be worked on, right? A lot. Like for example, having robots, like they gotta have this area cut, that it's not like stick together like a normal face because then they gotta move the mouth and everything, have a still face or all that stuff. I mean, that's a lot of detail they gotta put in. And this game with the detail is on the top. Not only that, the gameplay looks fucking fun. It looks like it's gonna be a really fun game, man. I mean, seriously, that Cockroach Revolution, I'm really, really, really looking forward, man. I'm really looking forward. And I know I'm gonna have fun with that game because look, it's like how they said you can change the past, change the story. Oh my god, it's going to be a fun game. So Space Shot says Sony has to figure out some games that players can actually play. What worked in PS4 with these story games get finished and that's it. Many players pick a game and play and that's it. Well, I'll be honest with you, they had to figure it out. I always said Sony had something in their hand that was a treasure that was Helldivers 2. And if they would have said, hey, release it on Xbox, release it on Nintendo, get that shit everywhere, I mean, that game would have been up to 30 million copies. That would have been a massive beast of a hit. I just hope Sony's not late in releasing that. But yeah, don't get me wrong. I love PS1, PS2. PS2 is my number one console. My child always speak high of PS2, but I felt that PS lost the spark with Jim Ryan, and Jim is still haunting PS till today. I said it, Jacob. Ever since that man entered that realm of PlayStation, I said that man's gonna kill PlayStation, and he is killing it. I mean, if look, chat, if PlayStation, and I hope to God it doesn't. Let me knock on wood. If PlayStation goes out of business, it's going to be there's three things I'm going to blame it on. The fans. Why am I going to blame it the fans? Because the fans never came around and sat down, cold thinking, and thought about shit. PlayStation is in trouble. The media for feeding, always the fans the bullshit they want to hear. The PlayStation fans, right? And Jim Ryan. Those are the three things I'm going to blame out there. Three things out there I'm going to blame. Hey, well, the Brook Boy Lewis. Good morning to you, sir. How you doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? I admit I was unsure what to make of Clockwork Revolution, but yeah, what they showed in the showcase what has me very interesting. Yeah, I mean it was very interesting in the first trailer. Like I said, that was the highlight of the show. Highlight of the show. It was beautiful. It was hands down awesome. Man, can't wait. I can't wait. And I cross my fingers that the game is going to be released next year's Xbox because that was another thing he talked about. And another thing that I'm really happy about And one thing I'm really happy about, Chad, and I gotta bring I gotta say this the way I gotta say it because it's the truth. Phil Spencer wants to have a nice big 25th anniversary. He brought it up again on the showcase, the coming 25th anniversary. He says it's going to be a great year for Xbox, right? Even though I know what the chat's going to say, boy, he always is going to be a great year for Xbox. But now, when he says it, he means it. Because, hell, look at this year. We had a great year this year. And next year's going to be better. Why is it going to be better? I mean, dude, he said it. Gears of War, Fable, what was it? It was Gears of War, Fable, Forza, a new Forza game being announced. I mean, shoot, come on, come on. Just those three coming out next year. We gotta be super excited. I mean, what the hell? We're gonna have an awesome 25th anniversary. It's gonna be a fantastic 25th year for Xbox. It wasn't like the 20th because that's the thing about the 20th anniversary. I did not like it. What did we get? Just controllers and shirts saying 2020 anniversary. Cool stuff. No problem, but I was expecting something big. Now, this 25th one, they're going to deliver games. They're going to deliver great stuff. They're probably, and I hope so, they're working on a 25th anniversary Xbox. I mean, I want to see that box. It's going to be interesting, right, chat? Just like my buddy says, should we all spend PS out of business? I say do it. Sony, what did it? What do it if they could? Well, I mean, the thing that's killing Sony is themselves. Jata Zach, hey Louis, what's up, Jata Zach? Good morning to you, sir. How you doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? I'm just here chilling with the chat. And shout out to the 34 people here on the show. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button, and also hit that bell. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Let's go. Oh man. Oh man. Microsoft won't allow Sony to go out of business. They'll save them like they saved Apple from going under. Damn. Dude, I keep on saying it's always healthy to have competition. Always healthy. I think in general, Xbox Go is not putting Sony out of business. It's about selling a larger market. If Sony goes out of business because they don't adapt, oh well. People on Twitter, where's Fable, Gears, and Halo? Me, well, Xbox was bashed by everyone years ago, only showing Fable, Gears, Forza, repeat. Now you want them. I said the same thing, Jacob, yesterday and the day before. That these idiots out there, the ones who were complaining about this, I gotta call them that because hell, why are you complaining about this when you, for years, were saying rinse and repeat? Rinse and repeat. And now, where's that? Seriously? I mean, that's another thing about the showcase. The diversity was beautiful, and he actually talked about the diversity. Diversity. The diversity was awesome. You all asked for it too. Where's the diversity? It's only Halo, Forza, Gears now. We got a showcase full of diversity. And another thing, hey, didn't we get Gears? I mean, we're getting Gears Reloaded. That you're not happy it's not Gears E-Day? But hell, it's a Gears of War. Yes, Leber, I would love a new Halo. But we did get a new Halo announcement. Remember? Let me go find it. Don't you remember we got a new Halo announcement? Don't you remember they were like, oh, he's chubby? Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find that scene. Here you go. I'm going to show it to you right now. The Nasty Bagel. Gear coming to PlayStation. It ain't Bungie. It ain't Halo. Trying to understand what you meant by there. But let's see. And good morning to you, sir. How are you doing? All right. Let me show you this right now. But yes, I remember I saw this when they did announce, the Unreal Engine thing. That was real interesting. I mean, I remember who's. Let me see now. Here it is. Let me pick this up. Drop it in here. The thing is, people seem to forget. I understand, but Because time goes by, I understand that. But at the end of the day, though, we did get a Halo announcement. So let me. Hold on, chat. Hold on. It's just taking me a while. Chat, remember this? This was a new Halo announcement, and it was shown on Unreal Engine. I mean, I understand sometimes people forget, but yeah, that was a new Halo announced and on Unreal Engine, and that's happening. You know, that's in the works, and this is like all the cinematic game, of things that's happening. Oh my god, Nasty Bagel. Real quick question: are you a PlayStation fan? Just in case. They announced the new studio. That was it. Yeah, they announced the new studio, but they showed you like Unreal features. They showed you how the character looks. And remember, they were like, yeah, was it really new though? Though it was a remake. Yeah, because look, it's kind of like E Day. E Day is starting from the beginning, right? So pretty much it's being rebooted. I don't see it as a remake. I see it as a reboot. I see this is going to be a reboot of Halo, pretty much. And we're gonna go down the road, which I'm hoping that it's going to be a reboot. Because hell, for me, it's time. It's time for Halo to get a reboot. Seriously, it's time. It's time. But yeah, I remember, everybody was saying, "Oh, look, he's chubby. I don't like that armor." People were saying this is a chubby Halo, and I was like, "Come on, bro. Come on." I mean, dude. So yeah, there's a Halo being worked up on. So yeah, we did see Halo. Now, did we see a teaser trailer? Did we see something? No, I agree with you there. But at the end of the day, though, at the end of the day, though, right? At the end of the day, though, oh Lord. At the end of the day, though, I'd rather see it on the 25th anniversary because the 25th anniversary is a huge thing. And for Xbox to make it huge, it makes it even better. That's the truth. So, bringing it back in, right? Yeah, they announced the new studio. Yeah, I know, but they showed like Halo stuff, so that's pretty good. I mean, they showed you what the next Halo might look like and everything. So I'm happy because at least we get to see Halo in Unreal Engine. Now, do we need the new trailer? Yes. Do we need the new stuff? Yeah, and I think it's gonna be for next year because, like I said, it's the 25th anniversary. They got to do something big. Notes: Phil did only say Forza, not which Forza Motorsport, Horizon, or Streets. We gotta wait and see for that one, Jacob. You're right about that. Yeah. And I see Big O says, don't know that they're not created to be dead. The problem is they keep putting all their stuff to PC. What's the problem putting games to PC though? I'm trying to understand this now. Jacob, I wonder if it was 2023. I'm thinking Horizon. Yeah, I think Horizon could be it. But yeah, Forza Street would be nice too. They didn't really announce the game. We just think they will remake the game, but I don't think the announcement has been made. Yeah, we're just waiting for the announcement to come by. That doesn't make any sense. How does making your game available to more games hurt sales? I'm a biased console fan. I have all consoles, and to be good console, you have to have good exclusives and not port everything to PC. Well, Nasty Bagel, to be honest with you, when you got a game, when you got a game, right? When you got a game, Nasty Bagel, that costs you 300, $400 million to make, and you put on one platform, and your sales do not match, because that's the thing you guys never think about. Because the thing is about us console fans, we think that everybody in the console is going to buy that one game. I mean, look, GTA 5. And let me tell you something. Let me tell you something that you're gonna be like, oh shit, I never thought about it this way. GTA 5 only sold 250 million copies. 250 million. You know how many gamers are around the world? With console, PC included, and mobile, there are 6 billion gamers around the world, and only 250 million people or gamers bought that game. 250 million. Grand Theft Auto. And Grand Theft Auto costs a shit ton of money to make compared to the rest of these games. So at the end of the day, though, you need two, right? You need two, right? To get that money back, you cannot have it in one system. You can have it for a while, yeah. But at the end, though, when you release it to the other system, will the spice be out? Will it go away? It's better for you to say, okay, here's the game. Here, everybody, fruit, go ahead and enjoy it. Get that money in. That's how it is. Well, that's a whole other problem. Games don't need to cost that much to make. Well, it all depends on the studio, bro. That all depends. Nah, he's okay. He's not throwing slander. He's okay. As of now, he's okay. For me, I find he's okay. He's not throwing that much slander in there. Um, Correct. The console, as we know it, is going to an end. There will be pre-made machines, but that will play everything. Having consoles makes it harder to develop games. They need to lower the entry for games, like what mobile does. Yep, because that's the funny thing. When you look at Steam numbers out there, you're like, "Whoa, this is Steam, right?" Okay, Steam is here. Let me see. Now for Steam, you see that Steam has like, what is it? 100,000 games. I remember looking for that. I don't know how many games Steam has, but when you compare it to console, Steam literally has everything. I mean, I'm not kidding you. It has all the games in the world. I mean, I play some horror games that only come to Steam. They don't even go to console. It is far more easier to develop multiplayer today than what it was in 2001. Studios have common engines now, and students coming out of college train on those engines. That's why the future consoles will have similar OS, and the next Xbox might be the same OE the PS uses it. It's possible. That's not what I took from that showcase. Looks like they were re-steering away from consoles and going forward to the handheld market. What do you think? What do you think about it like that? Because I'll be honest with you, it's a new hardware. What they're trying to push to you is the new hardware that is being made by Asus. I mean, of course, they got to focus in that showcase the new hardware that they're showing. I mean, what do you expect them to do? Say, oh, we got a handheld, we're out. They got to focus on it. They got to try to get people to push it because hell, this is a device that has right the Xbox OS, whatever it is in it, they got to push it. They got to push it for people to go ahead and buy it. So I don't find anything wrong if they're pushing this hardware right now. I did not see anything wrong with that. Sony games going to PC and soon day and date. Yes, they are day and date because if you did not see Seabass, there was a guy out there called JTech, right? He went out there and told people that if they do buy this game, that Sony decided to put day and date on PC. It's a single player game. And if you do purchase this game, you failed the test. He's literally telling people, do not buy this game. Let's not let Sony, do this, do that with this game. He's literally telling everyone not to buy this game so Sony can make the money, which is a sad thing. PS already isn't that much different from Xbox. I expect it's half gen late in tech. Oh, damn. Hey, Seabass, good morning to you, sir. How are you doing? Let's see now. All right, I'll get you your question, H. Sammy. I'll get to you, bro. I got your question. Hola, Louis. He says, good stuff. Excuses are not good for the game. No, nowadays it's not good because look, it's like what I say, and I keep saying this. What is working right now for both of these companies, right? Because for example, Nintendo has it down. Nintendo has done an amazing job for years. They have it down, right? They have it down and out. I mean, now the Nintendo Switch, it sold 150 million consoles because it became a hardware evolution. Because I could tell people this is an evolution in the hardware. I mean, hell, what a perfect system to take with you everywhere and then get home docking and play on your TV. Simple and easy, nothing too complicated. Take it with you everywhere, play games, play the same games on TV and in a handheld. I mean, that was a good deal. That's why they sold 150 million consoles, right? Now, what does Xbox and PlayStation have to do? Do they have to get into the handheld scheme of things? Yes, they do. Because at the end of the day, look, if the Nintendo Switch sold 150 million consoles, I mean, this was their biggest console growth. What I mean by console on the console side, because for handhelds, of course, the DS sold a shit ton more. But for console slash handheld, especially for console, it's been a great growth, big growth on their side because for the Wii, it when the generation ended, it was at 104 million. Wii U ended in 14 million. Now for this one, it's at 150 and still going because they're gonna keep on delivering Switch out there for people to purchase. Well, that's the whole problem. Okay, we read that. Let me see. GTA 6 probably 1 billion dev cost. Xbox is the best console for many reasons. It's just sad people can't see all the its features. Play anywhere, seamless cloud save, quick resume, retro compatibility, FPS boost, resolution boost. And this is a man. Look, this is a man that has a 1070 Ti on his PC, and he can play the games that are delivering now. He can still play it on a 1070 Ti. And man, Raichi, you nailed it right there about the Xbox. I don't understand why people like to diminish it or destroy it too much when it's a beautiful and awesome console. It's just awesome. A. Sammy says, question: if every game was available across every platform and you had no history with either and no back catalog of games, which system would you buy? Which system would I buy? First off, it depends on the budget. Like it all depends on the budget. If I have the budget to build a PC, where I get pretty much everything on the PC, right? If I got the money to build myself a PC, then I would say, hell, let's build a PC. Now, if I have the budget for a console, I will seriously sit down and look for the information because that's the thing. It's like buying a car. If I'm gonna buy a car, no matter what the dealership tells me, oh, this car is good and everything, I have to study it. I have to go in there. I have to read 20 reviews, safety, technology, all that shit with the car. I will do the same thing for console. I mean, that's a person who wants to sit down and buy a console for the first time. I got to do my search, right? And if I had to buy a console right now, I would buy an Xbox because of the Xbox, the features it has with the Ultimate and everything. And not only that, the Play Anywhere thing is a beauty. That Play Anywhere, that you buy your game once on the console, you buy it on PC, you can still play it on your console. I mean, it's something that's doing wonders. Because hell, like I say, next generation, you guys want to see graphics? You guys will get graphics. You guys want to see this? Okay, you probably see this. But in the end, though, I feel like next generation is going to be all about what AI can do. That's number one. What the AI can do in the game. And number two is the accessibility to all your stores in a console. That's what I think is going to be next generation. That's what I think, and that's how I see it. That's how I see it. Because next generation is going to be where can you access everything? If the next Xbox comes out saying, hey, bro, we got Steam, we got Epic, we got Xbox here, go on to Xbox. 100%. Well, more than half CP 2077 units sold to PC and Monster Hunter Wild sold more than they have to PC. Then, of course, games are going to be multi-platform. Build it once, sell it to a larger market. 100%. Because even I've talked to developers about this, and even developers have said this again and again and again. It's better to have your games everywhere because you rack up more money. And remember what I just told you guys about Grand Theft Auto. Important feature. There are, with mobile, PC, consoles, 6 billion probably gamers in total. If I sit there and do the sum it up, I don't know. There's probably 3 or 4, 5 billion gamers. I don't know, but it's getting close to 6. And that game only sold 215 million copies. That tells you that not every game is for everyone. It's sold that because it's everywhere. So let's see now. Safo, good morning, Safo. How you doing, Safo? Let me see now. Well, here's the thing though, Nasty Bagel. If you can sit there, because here's the thing though, Nasty Bagel, it's simpler and it makes more cost and effect money if you can get your software out there than making the console itself. I understand that people want the company to make the console, which is cool stuff. But in the end, though, they can deliver that software over there and it works perfectly fine and they're making money on it. It's an Xbox device. I don't care what people say out there. I don't care what people bring it to the table about saying that, no, the Asus ROG Ally is not. No, 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 dude, this is an Xbox device. You start it up and it lands you right on the Xbox store as an Xbox device. Plus, it's got Windows when they, for years, are trying to unite everything all together, which is a good thing because we want that. Something that Bill Gates wanted from the very beginning with this console is to get everything, is to have even the console to have Windows on it. He was actually pissed off it wasn't there. So now that everything is going to reunite and become one thing, that's beautiful. You don't need anything else. And not only that, Windows is the biggest storefront out there. I mean, Windows has got everything. Like I said, it's got um, Epic, it's got Steam, everything. And now with Xbox in it, oh hell, it's gonna be a beauty. It's gonna be a beauty, man. This thing zoomed in on me. Sorry about that, chat. Did not see. So okay, so J Tech, which is a hardcore PS guy, don't want PS to get money and make profits. There you go. So now I question him. Why is he a fan? Because I mean, how can you say, dude, do not buy this, do not support what the company is doing, dude? If you're a fan, you're going to support it, no matter what. Because especially after hearing that Bend Studios laid off 40 employees or 30% of its employees. Come on, bro. Gotta think. I don't think the company for Xbox will be ready for at least a few years. At that point, you'll see Xbox in-house handheld. Animo, good game looks cool. I want a good Pokemon game, not Pokemon with a big budget. He wishes that the company he sims for. Yep, that's what they're looking for. There's already an Asus, won't be much different. Instead of worrying about that, they need to really optimize their console better. Even who, there's no hard copy on Xbox of Final Fantasy 16. $50 was a good buy. But here's the thing, though. Why do you think they're not looking at optimizing? I mean, if I'm going to give you a hint though. If this handheld is already coming out with an RDNA 3.5, right? I can imagine that the next Xbox is going to be RDNA 4.0. But at the end of the day, though, I mean, look, we're 5 years into the generation, right? We're 5 years in. We're 5 years into the generation. I can play Indiana Jones on my Xbox. And it looks beautiful. I can play Indiana Jones on my 2080 and it looks beautiful. I can play Indiana Jones on my 3080. It looks beautiful. I can play Indiana Jones on my 4090. It looks beautiful. I can play Indiana Jones on my 5090. It looks beautiful. At the end of the day, it looks beautiful wherever it is. Now, what's the difference? Well, frames over here, the fidelity, resolution, everything, on PC is better. Okay, but I'm playing the same game and I'm happy for a good budget. That's the thing, though. I mean, graphically, it's like how I say, consoles are at a point graphically that I don't know what's next. Okay, you probably see like more realistic graphics, cool stuff. Probably see like Arnold Schwarzenegger like in the Terminator 4, what is it? Terminator Genesis, when he comes, or Observation when he comes out, he tried to kick John Connor's butt. He comes out, looking like that. We probably see games like that. Pretty cool stuff. I mean, dude, they're funny story is Unreal Engine 5 is what is making these movies. We saw it on a Sony thing. They were saying that they're making movies with Unreal Engine 5, and it's so awesome that we are literally playing games in Unreal Engine 5, the same thing they used to make movies. So it's like what I say, graphically, of course, there's still going to be some beautiful stuff out there we're going to enjoy, right? But at the end, though, what really interests me about games now is what the AI can do. That's what I want to see. I want to see AI do some more stuff than what they are used to do, or change tactics, or come and attack you in a different way, or do something to make the game a little bit challenging for you. You know? Let me see. It isn't really serious to me. The real discussion isn't happening. Square lost $2 billion after launch of 16 exclusivity on PlayStation. There you go. Why is J-Dub angry? The game coming to PC, day one and PC is a third party. It's not J-Dub, it's J-Tech. He was the one who said he was mad about it. J-Dub wasn't the one who said it, but it was J-Tech. I'm glad Xbox is doing more of PC hybrid in 2027. I am too. Sony guys did not show up for that game. Nope, they didn't. And dude, they didn't even show up for Astrobot. Astrobot only sold 1.5 million copies. And they cheer for that as a big win. I'm glad Xbox is doing more than PC hiring. Okay, Sony guys didn't show up. They tech types are going to get left behind. Be careful. Thinking Nintendo is invulnerable. Others are joining handheld, and eventually the ability to play more games from all over will win out. Nintendo will start shipping games to mobile as well. Yeah, I think they will too. And their complaining is going to Xbox makes no sense. But the game is choppy on my Series X. It was watching on PS5, but it looks like choppy. Which game are you talking about, Dodge man? Because I don't know if I skipped that. You're talking about shoot, what's his name? Uh what's up? Why so serious? Good morning, Gio. Just try to post it up. Why that Dragon Age failed? Man, I gotta get that to talk about it tomorrow because I need to gather news to talk about. Guys, tomorrow, I'll do my morning show, and after my morning show, guys, we're gonna play a little bit of Barbie. We're gonna have some fun playing some Barbie on here. All right, I promise you guys that after the morning show, we will shift, get into Barbie, and have a blast playing Barbie. All right, we'll play it for an hour. All right, so let's do this. Let's see now. That's okay. We buy the next Xbox even if it's PS6 is 300 USD less because I prefer Xbox and I have a profile with friends, badges, etc. and more. Not only that, most important, you save money. It's sad for the disc, but Play Anywhere it has more value because you can carry the copy of the game as for as long as Microsoft exists. Seeing every game in the showcase was Play Anywhere is a huge step. It shows that the games people want to play when they come out will be ready for PC, console, handheld, and cloud. Yep. I think the Asus Xbox highlight is a test for what they want to the new UI OS to be. It doesn't make sense to build a new console with the new UI and not at least some sort of test. There you go. Try performance mode dodge, man. That seems to fix the chippiness. Okay, you guys are talking about Final Fantasy. All right. I did research for 3 months before buying my Series X. I didn't see the purpose for buying a PS5. There you go. If Square Games would game so well on PS, it wouldn't be on Xbox now, would it? That's the truth. I keep on saying it. And if PlayStation games would sell well on PlayStation, they wouldn't be on PC. Or if people played more PlayStation games, they wouldn't be on PC. That set me over the edge when I regret buying it. If Wukong runs rougher, I'm done with the console. All right. But at the end, though, Dodgeman Gaming, here's what's funny. Wukong may run rough on the console, but on PC, it was running rough too. It wasn't running that great. At least it was stable, but it was still wasn't running well. And that's not a console problem. That is a dev problem. Because you guys need to understand something, right? And I keep telling you guys this about devs, right? I know there's a digital foundry out there that does all this stuff and tells you, well, the Series S, it drops 20 frames per second, it drops 10, it drops 15, and the resolution runs at 720 and all this shit. But Dodge, man, we have seen time and time again how other games run on this console. And that is that they've sat there and made the game run good on the console. That does not mean that is the console's fault. No, that means it's the dev's fault. That's the dev's fault. Breaking Louis, I kind of on Twitter got suspended. Thank God. Who Louis? Why so serious? What's up? Good morning. It's not like the 90s or 80s where as a dev you wrote code for the hardware. Now we're seeing more and more write for an engine that you publish everywhere. Studios have changed their models. Yes, sir, that is a big one that I can ever as God. Jesus, they came up with some crazy stuff in media since they had nothing but like, oh, let's grab what Icon is saying, let's post it. Oh, Lord. Something I can do with Xbox I can't do with PlayStation is play on my 360. Close it off, turn one on my console, one at the other addresses, and continue. Go home, play it on the Xbox Series X, and play the the same save file, 100%. You can definitely argue that, well, wouldn't games be better if they were targeted to one hardware spec? Sure, it is possible. I agree with that, the developer, but it's not what was happening. PS, you have to plan and upload manually your saves. Yes, sir. Windows itself has been very successful, allowing me as a developer to ship to infinite combinations of hardware without thinking about the hardware. That has worked really well for games as well. Yep. Windows let us cut the bloat one day. Microsoft don't care about their consoles. If they didn't care, they wouldn't be making the next one. And if they didn't care, they wouldn't actually deliver a hardware device with Asus. They did not care for hardware. But all right. Xbox does got a lot about their console. Xbox consoles are leaps and bounds better than the PS5 consoles. I just want good games I'm getting now. Yep, 100%. Yeah, I'm trying to catch up. Louis, DM now. Trying to catch up. Hold on. I'm trying to catch up. Sorry, I'm back, folks. Did I miss any new developments? Yeah, we're having a good discussion here, like always. It's platforms with ray tracing. That's all. Who you're talking about, Louis? Oh, I was talking about JTech. Doing what he did, telling everybody who failed the test. You will fail the test if you did not. If you go out there and buy this PlayStation game that's coming out day one on PlayStation, day one on PC. That's what he said out there. Granted, they haven't updated the numbers, but a 1.5 million was for 2 month period after launch. It won Gotti after the period and put it in a PS5 console bundle, so sales are probably up. Yeah, I know. I can't wait to see that. That is something, Will the Broke Boy Lewis. I can't wait to see. I can't wait for PlayStation to come out and say, well, Astrobot sold 5 million. I'll be like, oh, so they do add the bundle sales on the on the regular sales of the game. Huh. I can't wait to see that. I just can't wait. The one thing AI should be used for is localization. For example, making Starfield talk and clockwork in all languages. Nice. Unreal is working optimized more on mobile. I think people just aren't buying games that way fanboys expect. Exactly. Remember, hardly any of the PS5 or Xbox console owners are fanboys. They play COD, Fortnite, GTA 5, Minecraft, and don't care. That's another value point. I'm about to try Skull and Bones. Nice, Safo. Go ahead and try it and then talk to me about it because I have not tried that game. I heard good stuff about it, but I just have not had the chance to try it. In 2 or 4 years, we wouldn't need a console. Hell, phones are now like 5 to 6 teraflops. Shit, that is so true. I mean, hell, if you can get Resident Evil 4 to run on your cell phone, I mean, shit. So PS fans didn't show up. Sure, they did. There's about 1.5 hardcore Twitter users on PS5 that are happy playing Fortnite. Yep, yep, yes, sir. My God, wow, chat's on fire today. I mean, yeah, Wukong seems like a mess, right? And here's the thing, though, right? I'm not trying to diss the Wukong devs. I'm not trying to. They always worked on mobile. First time ported to console, PC. It's cool, no problem. We get it. At least come out and say that, and we'll understand it. Instead of having everyone skedaddle thinking it's a deal, it's not. I mean, dude, just come out and say it. All I did was, what was the Series S? Oh, it's the Series S. Okay, all right. But a year later, all of a sudden, you guys are delivering on the Series S too. Seriously? All right. Okay. Games are becoming more and more hardware independent, meaning you write the code and don't worry about the hardware. Yep. Xbox does care about the console. They just don't prioritize them like PS and Nintendo does. There you go. Louis, did you get Bug's Eye? It's super buggy. Well, you're mentioning Bug's Eye. I mean, did I say Bug's Eye? Mind's Eye. Sorry about that. Sorry, Mind's Eye devs. I did not mean to say that. Oh, Lord. Because I'm thinking about what Maurice said, though. So Maurice did the test. Go to his channel, Maurice the Xbox Tester. It should be around here somewhere. Dropping by to say hello and anytime soon. But goes to his channel and the game dropped to 23 in its resolution. That was a hard drop. Maurice caught it with blind eye, and he even sent me the picture. So the game dropped, and it's not even running 1080p. So yeah, that game came out a little bit of a mess. I don't know if that affects the gameplay, because again, I have not played it. It's probably a fun game, but it's got bugs. It needs to be patched and fixed. It seems very possible Xbox will be putting the multi-platform OS on the current consoles. They recognize the value in caring about the consoles they already sold. Yep. I think the last Astro number was 2.3 million. We know they add to bundle sales. That's not unusual. Let's wait to see that. Let's wait to see that. Let's wait and see that, Chad. Let's wait. We gotta wait and see. Fuck Wukong does. Damn. To this day, how come the PS5 Pro can't even browse the web? Ammo stick and stick to can surface to the web better than the PS5 Pro? Is so sad. Now, Jago 6, I'll tell you why they don't do it. Because if they had a web, you know what would happen? Those PlayStation players will be signing into Game Pass and supporting more Game Pass and their own PS Plus. They won't even look at their PS Plus. That's why PlayStation doesn't even have a web. And not only that, like some games that are on Steam that has GeForce Now, they can log into GeForce Now and play it. That's why PlayStation does not give you that option. They want to keep all you tight and you to be on PS Plus. Wacom was a mess on PlayStation. Yep. I didn't see recent Sony financials, but hey, maybe I'm breaking it out the next one, or maybe I missed it out. Microsoft doesn't care about the consoles. Much misinformation statement. There's truth. Is they don't only care about consoles. Consoles are a part of the picture, not the whole picture. Because yeah, I mean, if they did not care about the console and the commercials, we would not see the Xbox console being on there. They're showing you every device you can play Xbox games on there. They're showing it to you. Simple and easy. Do you believe the next generation of consoles wouldn't have physical media option at all? Do I believe it? Well, I mean, look, bro, that physical media talk is so tiring because I don't even know what the hell is going to happen next generation. Because look, the thing is that it depends on the company what they decide. Like for example, Microsoft already took the decision to say, you know what are we going to make more physical if it's not even selling? Because the truth of the matter is, right, that you make this product, you make this cases, right? Let me give you an example. Hold on, let me see if where are my CDs at? Oh, they're back there. So I'm going to give you an example, right? Let's grab a PlayStation 2 game from back in the day, right? Let's grab this. So remember back in the day, you had a PlayStation 2 game, right? So this PlayStation 2, remember, it came even with a big manual. Now we don't even have manuals, right? Remember that? It came with a big manual to explain to you everything. So this box costs money. Plus the CD, plus the thing you stick on the CD, it costs money. Like the picture that's on the CD, it costs money. So if people, you got these stores like Walmart, Best Buy, buying these physical games, right? They buy them, they put them on the store. It's right here. They put them on the store, right? You have it right here. So they're right there. And let's say, and we've seen the numbers lately that 80% of people right now in gaming are buying digital more than physical. So that 20% of physical people that buy the game, let's say they produced 20,000 copies of the game, right? Just for an example. They produced 20,000 copies in the game. There are 1,000 copies in Walmart. There are 1,000 copies in what's it called? In Best Buy, something like that. So let's check this out. Simple math. So let's grab the calculator, and we saw that 20% of the people are buying it. So Walmart has 1,000 copies of the game, right? Let's say 1,000 copies times 20%. That is only 200 people bought the physical copy. So what's going to happen with the 800 copies sitting in that store? So those 800 copies that are sitting in the store will get a discount price. And I think if Matrix is here, yeah, Matrix is here. Matrix will tell you. Matrix, what is the lowest price you bought of a physical game that in digital, it was a little bit more expensive than the physical? Matrix will tell you. I think Matrix told me the other day he bought a game for $5 in Walmart. I think it was a game that was, I think it was recently new, and digitally the game was costing, I think it was $60 or something. I don't know, but he got it for real cheap because that's the thing, though, right? They have to get this thing out of there. Oh yeah, $1. What game was that, Matrix? What game was that? There you go. Exactly. See, even Matrix is telling you it will go 90% off. So this is what happens. The store takes a loss of that. And so the next time the store says, well, you know what? I don't want 1,000 copies now. I just want 200 or 300 because that's what people are buying. They'll actually buy 100 more just in case they have in stock. And so they'll be like, so wait, I used to make 20,000 copies. Now I'm making 5,000. Why is it worth it for? You know, the shipping and cost probably costs a lot more. So that's why it goes away. It was an EA game. There you go. And EA games usually run for 30, $40, and he got it for $1 physical. 'Cause that's the thing about the physical media. You know what? The people that go out there and complain about physical media is because they want to have that option, because usually down the road they get it for real fucking cheap. It was Anthem. There you go. Anthem. How much is Anthem nowadays digital? Check this out. Look, that's simple stuff. Anthem. Hold on. Price. So the Anthem price right now, well, it dropped to $5 now, but it was usually, oh, here we go, $20. The standard edition is $20 on the PlayStation Store. So Matrix got it for $1. Right now it's 20. So yeah, if you got the physical for $1, in shit, $3 for the deluxe edition. There you go. I mean, if it's $20 for in PlayStation Store, so the game costs 20. Matrix got it for $1. He saved $19. No joke. So yeah, that's what I mean by physical. Physical, I don't know if it's still going to be there by the time the generation ends, because even PlayStation is seeing that more people are buying even more digital than physical. So yeah, let's see what happens. That's why Xbox took the idea, went out there and said, "Hey, listen, I'm not going to make any more physical CDs. I'm going to stick with digital because it's just money spent right there for people to purchase, like I said, for a dollar or something at the end of the road." So that sucks. You know, of course, for the physical guys, it sucks for you all, because I know you guys wanted that, but shit. No, Dodge man, it's not. It's not. No, 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 Dodge man, you're wrong. No, 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 no. It's not because people are lazy. No, 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 no. It's not because it's lazy. The thing is, Dodge man, right? Nowadays, life has become easier for us. It's not being lazy, it's just become easier. Like, for example, I was talking this with my brother New Legal this morning, right? About the physical thing. Dude, back in the day, you had to get in your car, drive to a store, pick up the CD, or pick up whatever you had to pick up, head back home and play the game. Nowadays, it takes you 3 minutes or 5 minutes tops to go on the store, download it, buy it, and that's it. Same thing with Walmart. Same thing with Kmart. Well, Kmart is dead. Same thing with Walmart. Same thing with Costco. Same thing with Amazon. It's just been easy. Best Buy too. Like, for example, if you're close, you're in an area, just say, "Oh, I see Best Buy. Let me go in and check out. Let me check out these TVs." You see a TV, you're like, "Oh, this is the Samsung." You take a picture, ploop. You already have your TV right there. And so all of a sudden, Black Friday comes around. You're like, "Okay, let me look for this TV. Oh, it's this much? Boom, order it. Two or 3 days later, that TV gets to your home. It's their responsibility. If it's cracked, they gotta get you a new one. Nice and neat, right there. Boom. Put your TV on, and you're up. You're done. You don't have to go to the store no more. It's done. Movies went the same way. That's why you don't see any more DVDs or nothing like that anymore. It's over. You know, it's done and out. The PC has been digital since day one. They can download and store games on my storage medium and play them. How it depends on the OS and the apps they use to play them. Yeah. I mean, look, even PC, it's like with cars, right? Cars nowadays do not even come with CD players. When was the last time you saw a CD player in a car? I can tell you when. The last time I saw a CD player in the car was in, when was it? Jesus, whoa, a while back. It was a while back. Yeah, I remember that stuff. Yeah, back in the day. I think the last time I saw CDs in a car was in 2015 to 2014. After that, I have not seen CDs in a car. It's all touchscreen because you got Spotify, you have Apple Music, you have Amazon Music, you have YouTube Music. Hell, we have music everywhere. And not only that, you select the music you want, just like how you did when you burned a CD or on your iPods. Because ever since iPods came out, ever since that MP3 players came out, iPods came out, CDs were just dying. Dear Lord. And I have plenty of those damn VHS cassettes. Lordy, lordy, lordy. My 2015 Honda has a 6 CD player. Really? And you still have CD player? Nice. Well, it says since 2015, so I nailed it on the dot. That's fun stuff right there. I nailed it, though. I know this. Shout out to 30 people here in the show. Please hit the like button. Please hit the subscribe button. And also hit that bell. Go for it. Go for it. Go for it. Hit that bell. Go for it. Oh, man, Chad. Oh, man. Good stuff. Good stuff. Why is this thing? All right. Good stuff, Chad. Good stuff. Oh, Lord. That's like what I was saying, though, right? I mean, at the end of the day, though, I don't know if these consoles will have next generation will have CDs. I mean, because it's literally CDs are just going away. It's like DVD players. LG said we're not making any more DVDs because people are not buying the Blu-ray disc thing, and they're producing that. And it's money. So it's not being lazy, Dodge man. It's all cost and effect. It's all money. Because look, like I said, I'll give you an example, right? Let's say it takes these companies to make $1, right? Just to make the game in the CD, right? Just to put the game on the CD, $1 plus the case plus the. Okay, because again, we got to look at the case, right? Let's say this case costs because it's plastic. Let's say it costs them 10 cents, the case, right? Then you got this paper that cost them like probably 5 or 5 cents, right? That they got in the description. Back in the day, I had a Manoso was more expensive, plus the CD and the label that was on the CD. I don't know why the CD is in here. I got to look for it. It's got to be in one of those CD cases. But yeah, plus a CD with a CD label on it, right? So let's say all this costs $1. Then comes you got to mass produce to put it in a container, 20-foot container to send. So let's say you got to make at least 20,000 copies of this, right? So you put that in a container. Let's say the cost of a CD comes up to $5. $5 for this thing. It's $5, right? So this $5 thing gets shipped, gets to a store, right? These guys, the Walmart buys it and everything, right? And they buy it for let's say the 60 or let's say $55, and then Walmart's gonna make $5 off of it, right? They buy it for that. Cuts cost to companies, which is good for them, but in really gaming no longer belongs to us. Louis, people are lazy. That is just another way of saying lazy. Laugh out. People kept buying copies. Dodge man, I gotta tell you something, and I'm gonna give you. I'm gonna punch something out for you. I live in Dominican Republic. You wanna test something here? Give me a physical game right now for me to order. I'll order it right now. I'm not joking. What day is it today? Today is Wednesday. I'll order it right now, and you'll see that I'll receive that physical game on Monday. Monday, Tuesday tops. I'm not kidding you. I'll order. Just find me a real cheap one for me to order from Xbox, and I'll order it. Real cheap one. Let's say $1, $2 or something. I'll order it. And when it comes, you're gonna see something that has solved a big problem for me. Major problem. I don't have to wait 5 days anymore for a game. A week. I can just boom, 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 download it and play it. Same thing with movies. Movies on there, simple and easy. It's not easy. It's called saving costs of money. And not only that, why do you think, Dodgeman, I got a question for you. I don't know if you saw something out there, but out there, Dodgeman, people were receiving the Nintendo Switch and they couldn't even turn it on and play the game when they received it. They popped in the game and the Switch wouldn't work for them until launch day. So I got a question for you. Do you think you actually own these devices that you bought? Because here's what's funny. You do something wrong on these devices, like you hack or do something, they automatically come by and say, boom, you're out of here. And then your console becomes unplayable. You can't use it no more. You can't use it no more. Same thing with the game. If they exclude the game out of there, all you have is the CD. All you have is the CD with 25 megabytes of a code in it, and that's it. But it's not being lazy, bro. It's called cost and effect. That's all it does. It's cost and effect. These companies are always looking for ways to make money. Stop being lazy. It's making money because trust me, with digital sales, they make more money. Like I said, let's say the CD costs them $5. You buy it at 60, they're winning that money. Right there. Now the ones who are affected are the Walmarts, are the Best Buys because they lost that buy. A goal makes sense. Kids trip over wires. Laugh out loud. There goes your console. Thank God for that. Hey, Rude Diggs. Good morning, Rude Diggs. How you doing, bro? Oh, man, there's my brother, Rude Diggs. How you been, Rude Diggs? What's up? What's new? Cypher would love Nintendo to try and stop those hackers in Russia, China, Iran, not happening. They know where to go. Laugh aloud. What's up, Louis? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing fantastic, man. I'm better. I'm better. I had COVID last week, and I'm better. I'm better. Man, thank God for that because I'll tell you something. I was tired. Look, right, and this is true. The only thing I have with a cord are my headsets right here. These headsets. These headsets. And dude, it's got the longest cable. Let me show you guys how long this cable is. I mean, I can literally run out of the room pretty much with this headset. Almost, but let me tell you something. All right, let's see. Oh, look at all this shit. Now I gotta tackle this shit. See what I mean? Oh my God, hated this. This was one of the most annoying things. Or they get into a knot, or they do this, or they do. Oh Lord, that was annoying too. Oh man, when those controllers used to be in a knot, fucking hey, that was a pissed off thing for me. I gotta knot that damn thing all the time. So here are the headsets. I'm gonna put them on. You'll see how far they go. Right? Watch this. Oh, it is still tight. Oh crap! Come on, bro. What the hell? See what I mean? Uh, now you're entangled? Okay, now they're entangled. So look, I can put on the headset. Look how far it goes, right? Oh, Lord. Things I got to do with life. Did I plug it in right? Is it here? Yeah, it's here. Okay, this is right, left, right. So I got the headsets now, right? Check this out. All right, so I roll over here. This is how long this cord is, right? This cord is this long, chat. Look where I'm at. I mean, I can still stretch it out a little bit more. Look how far this cord goes. So every time, every day I sit on the computer, right? I gotta look for the cord because it's not been once, twice that the cord sits right here on this side of the chair, right there. And I pull the chair and I drop the headsets on the floor. Oh my God. I hate cords. They're not made for lube. Now I gotta bow this up and put it right up here so that way the cables are not on the ground. I hate cords. Hey Rio, what's up? How you doing, man? Good morning. Golfing yesterday, not feeling 100% today. Skipping the gym this morning, and I never skipped the gym. I mean, dude, you gotta chill out. You know with what, man? You can't go golfing like that. It makes you dizzy. Oh Lord. But at the end of the day, though, I'm just happy technology is advanced. I'm happy that I can play my games 24/7. I mean, 24 hours before it launches. I love that. I love that I can day one start the game without any problem. Oh, it's here. Oh, it launched. Boom. I'm there. Boom. I don't have to go on Amazon, order this thing, wait a week in order to get it. And man, I'm glad that all that stuff is over because, like I said, there's some truth when it comes to physical, and I understand what you guys mean, but the hassle of getting a fucking physical game, I'm glad that's over with. My God. Jesus. Oh, Lord. You know, by a product to do with it, at least that's how it has to be. How before the dependency on the internet. Yeah, I mean, the internet has made everything better for us. I mean, it's like how I say, sometimes, you might be at home and you might be busy with stuff, and man, you run out of milk. You're like, shit, I ran out of milk. But man, I got 10 minutes, but I gotta get my milk. God damn. Yo, fridge, what's up, Lou? Get me a gallon of milk. Okay. When I get home, I see my nice jug of milk right there. Nice and easy. And I don't even have to go to the supermarket because we busy. Yeah, physical game is dead. Yeah, that's how it is. I mean, it's dying, and that's why Microsoft took away from it because, like I said, before they made 20,000 copies to put in a container, shipped. All right, now all these companies, right? Even the Switch abandoned physical. Oh, Lord. Yeah, I mean, not even the full game is in the cartridge right now. Yeah, but like I said, though, I mean, you should be able to do whatever you want with that. What are you gonna do with a Coke bottle? You drink it, you throw it away. Unless if you put water in it, keep it clean, or use it, or like I do. Like I use. What I do is I like to cut the Coke bottle in a way so I can use it as a phono, because sometimes I ride a motorcycle and it's become my phono saver. Because sometimes I'm riding the motorcycle and I'm out there and sometimes by accident I'm like, oh shit, gas went out or something. All I gotta do is use that as a phono and whoop, pour it right there. Because sometimes it's so gas in the metal bottle or something. So yeah, it's easy. Also with cars too, it helps out. My last end is of buying physical games on Switch, mainly first party titles, because that's another thing. Do they hold the value? Because that was another thing though. Nintendo now holds the value on their games though. And these physical games, because that was another one though. Usually you bought a physical game, right? You played the game, you finished it, and then you had to, I mean, you literally had to rush with the game to finish it in order to sell it. Nowadays, like for example, with the time that we have, you buy the physical game, usually it takes you a month or two. And when you go out and sell it, well, now I'm gonna pay you $25 for it. You're like, what? Nah, hell no. Hell no. With Nintendo, it's like, oh, I'll pay you $50 and you're saving 10 because it holds its value. Oh my god, Rayoid. And let's see how much let's go out there and see how much it costs. Because Amazon I know holds this price though. But let's go have some fun. Hold on. All right, let's go. Cyberpunk 2077 physical. Let's see if I can get it for cheap at Walmart physical. Physical, physical. Look at Walmart, $22 for Cyberpunk, $24 on the PS4. This is in Walmart. Xbox One, 34. And how much does it cost digitally? Let me see. Cyberpunk digital. I think it's still at $70, isn't it? I don't know. I remember the last time, because I remember when I bought it real expensive. Well, right now it's $25. So okay, that's a good price then. Well, on Xbox it costs $60. So yeah, I mean that's what I said though, because it has, and if you can still buy it, it's because they still have it in store, man. They still have it in store. And they had it in store for I don't know how long they had it in store. So that's what I'm saying though. It's physical games come out. Usually, you make 20,000 copies, and they go in and buy. The store says, "Okay, I want 1,000 copies." And they reduce it to 400 because they're like, "Well, I mean, people didn't come in and buy it, so I'm just gonna buy less, so I don't take that heavy on the loss." I found Cyberpunk for $7 in the budget bin in after Christmas. There you go. There you go. Cyberpunk goes to sell often half price, including DLC. Yep. There you go. I mean, that's how it is, chat. That's what happened with the physical media because nobody's purchasing it. Because I mean, that's another thing, right, dude? You get these games because this is what you got to do, right? Here you go, Chad. Let me show you what you got to do every time you buy physical, right? Look, check this out. Let me get up for this one, Chad. Yes. Oh man, I gotta go soon. Yeah. Oh shit, I gotta go. I gotta just put them at 11. Damn, I gotta start heading out. So the physical games, right? You're like, okay, I got 50 of these guys right here. There you go. I got 50 of these guys right here. 50 of these games, right? 50. It's like this big stack. Where the hell am I going to put it? Well, all right. I want it to shine, right? I wanted to shine. I want people to see my collection. Okay, let me build a board right here. Let me put another board right there so I can stack my games up neatly. So I got to pay for that money to build that board. I got to put my games on there for people to see that I have all those game collections. And then after that, I buy more physical and I'm up to 100. I got to find space to put my games on there. Oh, I'm not going through that again. I went through that when I was a kid. I'm not going through that again, man. No. I'm tired of that stuff. Right now, digital, boom, boom, boom. That's it. No more space. Dusting. Ah, hell, I'm done with that. Mm-mm. So, chat, listen up. The crazy ones gotta go. I got a doctor's appointment. Should have ended the show at 10:30. I got a doctor's appointment at 11. But, chat, before I go, tell me what you've all been playing. What you've all been playing, chat. What you all been playing? You know, I'll probably play the Barbie game tonight. Yeah, I'll probably go in there and play tonight. Let's see how it goes. Yeah, I'll probably play an hour or two. Let's see. The point of driving this ability is not a requirement. It can be taken away from you at any given amount, even though you bought the car. Mm-hmm. If you cause like 50 accidents, dude. I mean, if you're a bad driver, you're taking your drives. No, I don't know. So what you all been playing, chat? What you all been playing? 'Cause, man, I gotta be the doctors at 11. I gotta start heading out. I don't know why my mom has not written to me. Said she was going there. Oh, she has not written. All right. Jacob no sent me the end. Let me see what Jacob no sent me. Yep, icon error suspended. Yeah, I saw that yesterday. That was pretty funny. Another Crash Ninja has been fun title. Almost done. Nice, nice. Good stuff, good stuff. Yeah. Been playing Gears of War via backlog. Nice. Good stuff, good stuff. I mean, Space Marine is out there, chat. Play that game. You know, I'm gonna sit down and play that game because right now I'm just chilling with like long games. I need to take a break, so I'm gonna play some short games for a while. Yeah, and then hop into other games because just taking my sweet time. Been playing the Precinct. Dun, 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 dun. Isn't that the Precinct 33? Dun, 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 dun. There was a movie, Assault on Precinct 33. That's the name of that movie. Yeah, that song, man. Ba-da, ba-da-da. Ba-da, ba-da-da. Does the Precinct have that song though? They should make a game on that thing. Yeah, Road Trader 2. I'm guess I'm in Warhammer Kick at the moment. There you go. There you go. Nice, nice, nice. Nice. I would say prefer buying DRM free of GOG. I do far less Steam games than I use because of GOG. Nice. Been playing Paper Mario Thousand Year Door. Great so far. Nice. I hope you guys are having fun with that Paper Mario. Man, I need to play some Switch games. It's been a while. Credit man, constantly switch some games, man. That's the thing. Xbox got me so busy. I don't look at anything else. That's why the PS5's gotta go bye bye one day. Reds, it's a top downish 80s cop game. Nice. Yeah, I want to get Space Marine and Road Trader. Geez, so many games, 100%. So, chat, thank you all for hanging out with me today. Like I said, I mean, we finished the show an hour ago, and we had a great discussion here about physical digital. It was a good discussion, man. I always love, see you guys hop on here having great debates with me. It's always fun. It's always fun to debate, giving out my ideas, see what I think. I like that. I like that. It's always good stuff, man. Always good debates. I love you guys for that, man. Thank you all for super chats and memberships. Also, man, you guys rock. You guys are awesome. I seriously mean it, guys. I seriously mean it. So, chat, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and also hit that bell so it can tell you when XBI content comes on. And guys, have a beautiful and an awesome Wednesday. And as always, I will see you guys tonight on the Xbox International Podcast, which I think I'm going to play the Barbie game tonight. Yeah, I was going to play tomorrow, but I'm playing it tonight. Let's play some Barbie. Let's have some fun. Yay, I'm going to be Barbie. And I am going to look for my Ken. Hell yeah. Let's play Barbie tonight. Let's have some fun, chat. Let's see what that is all about. But yeah, shout out and play some Barbie. Go through that game, just for y'all to have a laugh. But anyways, chat, tonight, 7 p.m. ET, we're going to play some Barbie. And on Friday, they invite me if they don't XP in Espanol with Elvis, Elisita and Metal Berserker. And last but not least, good morning with Crazy Lou Gaming. When I send, from Mondays to Saturdays, right? When I send the signal out, Louis hates Dora but likes Barbie. I mean, she got a Ken, bro. I mean, you can. And Ken is handsome. Yeah, he's a handsome lad. And Barbie looking good, too. Like I was saying, from Mondays to Saturdays when I send the signal on Twitter X, on Blue Sky, Discord, and YouTube. And that's why you gotta hit that bell so you can know when the crazy one comes on to talk about what's happening in the gaming news world. Have a beautiful day, you guys, and I will see you guys tonight playing some Barbie and having a fun time. Bye, y'all. Have